The rain had just started to fall, soft at first, then harder, drumming against the cracked pavement of a nearly empty parking lot. A worn-out sedan sat awkwardly crooked between two faded lines, its bumper dented and scratched, a casualty of a careless driver. A man in his late 30s, clothes soaked through and shoes caked with mud, crouched beside it, hands trembling as he wrote on a crumpled piece of paper. His face was lined not just with age but with exhaustion and worry, the kind that comes from years of sleepless nights and endless struggle. He was a single father, his life a fragile balancing act between providing for his little boy and trying to hold on to dignity in a world that often seemed blind to his suffering. He left the note on the damaged car with a hesitant, almost apologetic hand, unaware that someone was quietly observing from the rain-soaked shadows. That someone was the CEO of the very company whose car he had accidentally dented, a man known for his ruthless business decisions, yet at that moment, simply watching, unseen, the small act of vulnerability unfold. If you believe in kindness and second chances, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, Kindness Stories, because moments like this deserve to be celebrated. The note was brief, almost painfully simple. I am so sorry for the damage. I cannot afford repairs, but I wanted you to know I tried to leave my contact. Thank you for understanding. No excuses, no pleading, just honesty. The man folded it carefully and tucked it under the windshield wiper. He glanced once more at the dent, then at the heavy clouds above, as if asking the universe to forgive him, and turned to leave, clutching his worn umbrella and a small, ragged head left for the day, a peanut butter sandwich, a bottle of water, and a few coins to get home. His son, only 6, was waiting at the apartment they shared, a small, dimly lit room with peeling wallpaper and a mattress that sagged in the middle. He had promised to bring something home for dinner, anything, but even that small hope was dimmed by his exhaustion. The CEO, a woman in her early 40s, watched silently from her car across the lot, her expensive black coat doing little to shield her from the storm. She had never imagined that a tiny act like this, a man leaving a note, could tug at her conscience so sharply. The world she moved in was one of spreadsheets, power lunches, and quarterly goals. Yet here, in the rain, she saw humanity laid bare, the kind of raw courage that no boardroom could manufacture. She had spent decades judging people by their appearances, by their resume, by the cars they drove. But now, she realized, she had been blind. The note, wet and crumpled, symbolized something she had almost forgotten existed, honesty without expectation. The man walked home, shoulders heavy not just with the weight of his backpack but with the weight of constant worry. Each step felt like a gamble, a delicate negotiation with life itself. His son ran to the door the moment he entered, eyes wide, hugging his father tightly. The boy smelled of school and the faint tang of rain, and for a fleeting moment, the world outside seemed to vanish. Dinner was a sparse affair, a single sandwich divided into tiny pieces, eaten quietly while the storm raged outside. Yet, in that small apartment, in that quiet desperation, there was a fragile thread of hope. The father looked at his son and felt a fierce love, a resolve to keep going even when the world refused to cooperate. The next morning, the man returned to the parking lot, unsure whether the note had been found, hoping only that he hadn't made things worse. But the car was gone. For a brief moment, a pang of fear hit him. Perhaps the owner had left an angry message, perhaps legal trouble awaited. Yet, when he arrived at his workplace, a modest convenience store where he stocked shelves from